I'm talking about a year in politics.
A year in politics? I mean, I don't understand when you mean a year in politics. You mean the time it will take a coalition or a new political party or political group to come? No, it's not. Because those who are serious, who have the ability, the capability, and the capacity to do it, can do it even within 3 months, not to talk of 1 year.
But do you think that the party, the APC, will just sit down and watch itself lose elections? Because as the whichever group plans, they equally will have to plan. What if they correct some of the lapses they've seen, and then Nigerians...
It is already too late to correct the lapses, because whatever lapses people will think they are correcting, they are simply making plans to use what you call the instruments of coercion to rig. Because there's nothing they can correct. Right from the beginning, there was no APC in the first place. You had a coalition of disgruntled people who wanted to take power, so they had no plan for Nigeria. And when we said that they didn't, people thought it was a joke, but that was the truth. And so there was no cohesion. But if you have people who are serious to take over power, whether it is PDP or it is APC or whatever it is, and remember, I'm not saying everybody in PDP is bad or everybody in APC is bad. But we are saying all those people who have genuine love for Nigeria, who are desirous to make Nigeria what it is, that third force can come out and can jettison whether the PDP or the APC and come out with an agenda that will move Nigeria forward. That is what we want.
Do you think, because moving into 2015, back then, the APC 90% of the time rode on the change mantra and the integrity of Mr. President. Do you think that integrity has diminished?
There was no integrity in the first place. So there is no issue of saying that they rode on the integrity of the president.
No, but
the Nigerian people thought PDP was bad. And so many things were going wrong. That was the truth. And I do not hide it. And at that material time, it was correct. There were so many things going wrong. And anybody who could have come under any organized political party wouldn't have even allowed APC to be there.
No, but
there was that hope and belief that, look, let us try somebody else. Maybe he will make things better. They did not know it was from frying pan to fire.
But you know, it's your view that you said there was no integrity, but a lot of electorate who we spoke to at that time and subsequently said, yes, we're going with him because we feel he's got that integrity. But in the same letter that was written as well, what the president said when he wrote to the former president, before it's too late, a lot of people jettisoned it. They said, no, don't take him seriously, even though now you say, oh no, but this time, this letter is in order. But I'm also looking through, because when you say a year, for Nigerians to make up their minds and decide, so many things happen. But you still think that as we speak now, it's over and dusted with the APC?
Absolutely. A year is not short for that coalition
so, do you think Nigerians have made up their minds? Do you think Nigerians have made up their minds on
Nigerians made up their minds in 2016, not 2018.
Because you said the coalition is going to come up and it could possibly take off from either the PDP or the APC. But you still say...
No. I said there are good people in both APC and PDP and others in different parties, and those who are not even in some parties.
Who could form the coalition.
Who could form the coalition
and take
over government.
And they expect to be voted for if they are to take over government.
It is possible.
So if they've not been formed, and you still say, yeah, it's not too much, so what makes you think that, well, this present government can correct certain things and move ahead?
Because there is no... It is too obvious that they do not have the capacity, the capability, or the willingness to change anything. If you talk of changing, unless you are saying to go even inside the bottom of the ocean.
We'll be back in just a moment.
But not now.
Yeah, just hang on. Don't go away. Well, Dr. Dogo, you know, politicians know what they want to do. They plan whatever they're planning. But I'm just wondering, where do you think, or where would you place the electorate in the scheme of things as all of this is playing out, in terms of what kind of considerations do politicians, or do you give the electorate in terms of what they need to do? Do you think that we can demonstrate that capacity to go ahead and vote with our heads, not our hearts, when people are really hungry?
What you have said is correct, but if people are made to understand that the hunger is going to be for a short while, and they know that, look, to change their value system, to understand that, look, this person that is giving you peanuts today so that you can vote for him, tomorrow he will take away even your crops in the farm, whether it's through herdsmen or flood or whatever it is, and he is not going to help you, that this same person is going to stop any form of importation, and that you will be more hungry, and probably your children's children will die out of hunger and koshoko. They are going to think twice. And it's a consistent preaching of making people to know that the value of one's life is not contained in those material things you are getting for just a short time, but for what will last for a long time.
So that's a big if, because recent political history hasn't shown that. We've demonstrated that, has it?
Oh no, that is where I said that all of us, particularly the media, has a key role to play. I just told you here that when I was seated and I saw that water aspect, to me, that aspect of water you showed today is more important than the discussion on Obasanjo's letter. The Obasanjo's letter is about the elite. That water aspect, anybody who saw it and will not think twice, that look, per adventure I come into power, I should provide water, because I know if I go home, we get water once or twice a week. All the boreholes in my hometown, in my local government, I don't think a single one is functioning as of today. Right. And the water comes once in a while. So we have to find the ingenuity of having big drums. When it comes, you store it. Then you can use it for the next 3-4 days until you get water again. And the cost has, where will an average local person get that kind of money to pay for the water on monthly basis?
Well, Uncle, on that food for thought, Dr. Asiwa Dogo is a member of the PDP and the political scientist. Thank you for coming on this morning. And that's the show as well today. We thank you all for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm Chamberlain Uso.
I'm Gimba Umar. I'm Neota Egbe.
I'm Maukwe Ogun Yusuf. Thank you.
I'm Ajuri Ngalale, and I hope you have a wonderful day, everybody.